Year celebration turned into a horrifying family tragedy as 8 members were found dead inside their home. While the world welcomed the new year with fireworks, celebrations, and hope, one home remained completely silent. No music, no laughter, just unanswered questions. In the early hours of January 1st, a shocking discovery turned a festive night into a national tragedy. 8 members of a single family were found dead inside their residence. What happened behind those closed doors is not a crime story. It is a warning. This was not a random act. There were no signs of forced entry, no unknown intruders reported at the scene. Everything points inward toward a story of pressure, silence, and unseen struggle. Tonight, we are not here to sensationalize loss, but to understand how such tragedies unfold and how they can be prevented. According to initial reports, the incident took place in a quiet residential neighborhood, an area known for its close-knit families and routine life. Neighbors describe the household as private, reserved, and largely unproblematic from the outside. Like many families, they kept their struggles behind walls invisible to the world. Authorities confirmed that 8 individuals belonging to the same family were found deceased inside the home. Emergency responders arrived after receiving a distress alert when contact with the family suddenly stopped. Officials have stated that there was no immediate evidence of external involvement, and investigations are ongoing to determine the sequence of events. But here is the question that haunts everyone. How does an entire family reach a point where survival no longer feels possible? While investigators have not released full details, experts suggest that family-wide tragedies often stem from a combination of long-term stressors, financial pressure, untreated mental health conditions, unresolved domestic conflict, and emotional isolation can slowly build into a breaking point. These pressures do not appear overnight. They grow silently. Imagine the weight of responsibility, the fear of failure, the feeling of being trapped with no visible exit. In many cultures, asking for help is seen as weakness. Mental health struggles are often dismissed, ignored, or misunderstood. When silence replaces conversation, desperation can take control. Criminologists and psychologists agree. Family-related tragedies are rarely about violence alone. They are about collapse, emotional, financial, psychological. They are about systems failing people long before the final moment. This is why authorities urge the public not to jump to conclusions while investigations continue. If you think this could never happen in a normal home, stay with us, because that belief is exactly what makes these tragedies repeat. Many families appear stable on the surface while battling unseen crises behind closed doors. Debt, job insecurity, social pressure, and untreated depression often coexist quietly. When support systems fail, when neighbors don't notice, relatives don't ask, and institutions don't respond, the consequences can be devastating. It is important to clarify. This story is not about assigning guilt. Debt, job insecurity, social pressure, and untreated depression often coexist quietly. When support systems fail, when neighbors don't notice, relatives don't ask, and institutions don't respond, the consequences can be devastating. It is important to clarify, this story is not about assigning guilt, and prolonged silence are not just personal issues, they are red flags. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you truly checked on someone who seemed fine? Experts emphasize that early intervention saves lives. Access to mental health care. Subscribe for more real stories, deep analysis, and awareness.